So I kind of decided today, since we've been playing around with the Tandy and between being on call and whatnot, that maybe today we'll shoot some video of me upgrading it. I just downloaded the version 3 BIOS. This is still running the BIOS I put into the XT-IDE controller in 2010. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and reboot into network mode and use FTP serve, and we're going to install a BIOS in this sucker. We're going to upgrade the BIOS for the first time in ages. And there she goes. She's like wide awake, you know. Anyway, Tandy 1000 time. There we go. She's booting up. Put her in network mode. Pull that SNTP server. And I have this thing set up for so here we go. What? There you go. Yeah, to get her DHCP lease. Yeah, I refer to them as she. Yeah, I know, trailing white space. And here we go. We got FTP serve going. I'm going to go ahead and set up the file. So the file I have here, we're going to go in FileZilla. I think the system host is, we're going to go punch in my host IP address, 92.8124. I'm going to see if that works. I mistyped the address. There we go. There we go. There we go. We just connected to it. Drive C and Drive D. I'm going to rename my file to the 8.3 file name convention. So it's going to be XT-IDE.zip. We're going to put it on my resource drive, Drive D. Create a new folder in there called XT-IDE. And then we're going to go into that folder. And then we're going to go to my downloads on my Linux box. Let's see here. So let's do an F5. There we go. XT-IDE.zip, 104.8 kilobytes. And as you can see, it's copying the file over to the Tandy, and now the transfer has finished. So now we're going to file, exit, close that out. And now here's what we're going to do with the Tandy right now. First off, we're going to shut down FTP serve. Then we're going to go to D and just verify the file is there. XT-IDE. We're going to unzip that file. We're going to just let it unzip. And then we're going to create a bootable DOS diskette for the Tandy. We're going to take all this off and take the monitor off. I'll be doing most of the work from my television. And then we're going to check the jumper settings on the card. We're going to set it so it's flashable. I'm probably going to mark that thing with a special color too so I can see it. Then we're going to flash the BIOS. First thing is I need to go up here and look around my resource diskettes and see if I have anything appropriate for the job. So we got this big old bin of diskettes right here. Let's flip through and see if there's anything that's not being used or generally not wanted. Right now I got a couple HD discs. MD2. Is this an HD? Yeah, it's an HD disc. I've got quite a few HDs in here. Ultima 1, Spy Hunter, Small Tetris. Look for a disc that I can use that I can just format and do whatever. PC Man, Pack Gal, Personal Desk Mate, Car Builder, Top Gun. Got a few discs in here that I think might be usable. A bunch of stuff in here. Flight Sim. So just kind of looking through my 5 1/4, see if I have anything that doesn't have anything on it. There's Wheel of Fortune. Muppets. Copy to PC. Ventures. VisiCalc. You know, I'm going to sacrifice a disc with VisiCalc on it. I wish I still had that giant bin of floppies from when I was like in Alabama, because I found like this giant bin full of multicolored floppies. So we're going to do format A:, enter. And I know I could have done a format /S, but you know, I just want to make sure it's formatted so we don't get any corrupt thing and any bad sectors get marked. We're just erasing the disk. And then if it successfully works, we're going to put XT-IDE on it. Yeah, I'm expecting there to be a few bad sectors. These discs are almost 40 years old. They may even be 40 years old. Format is complete. Claim label. XT-IDE. Alright. Yeah, I got 15,360 bytes in bad sectors. So 347, no, don't format. System A:. Put system files on there, make it bootable. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do something else then. Let's copy. Yeah, let's actually delete the zip file. And let's put all the new drivers on that disk. Okay, and now we're going to pull in. We're going to move the disk over to B:. We'll just use the secondary floppy because A and C both are on there. No room for system on destination disk. Alright. It says no room. Okay, well, we may have to boot off of a different... It's not reading on that drive, so I guess that drive might be bad. We'll just slip it back in the other drive then. Just fail it. I probably need to clean the heads in that one because the B drive's been kind of sitting in storage for a while. Let's go to A colon. What? It's not working. See here. I think I have a bad disk. Bit of a bad floppy. So we're going to be watching me finding bad floppy disks, I guess. Let's go dig through the bin some more and see what I can come up with, because I got quite a few disks in here. And I backed all these up to a hard drive, so I'm not really worried about them going bad. Address record, copy to PC. Compute share data, Pinball Rally, Microsoft Flight Sim. EC's Quest for Tires. Well, I might go ahead and sacrifice this copy to PC disk because I've never had to use copy to PC ever. So let's go ahead and A colon //S A colon /S, and let's see if it does something now. Yes, proceed with format. We'll demo a label for it afterward. See how it's taking longer, so it's doing a full format and it's going to check it, and hopefully track 0 will be good this time. Then I can actually, do something with this other than just get cranky. That doesn't work. That pack of discs, maybe it is a good thing I don't still have that giant box full of them, because there were a lot of cases like this where I had discs literally go bad. And you don't want to do this while the hard drive controller is in action either, so. Okay. Check and make sure she's looking good. Here we go. C colon, D colon, copy star.star, A colon. So just copying from the floppy disks, you know. So I've kind of wanted to do this for a while. Actually, while we're here, let's just see what this does real quick, because I want to kind of take a look at it. Let's see what XT-IDE config actually says about our drive. Load BIOS ROM from file. Load BIOS from file. XTP Lite. So let's take a look at XT. Let's actually look at XTP first and try that one. And then let's try flashing the EEPROM. That's why I made this, so it'd be good to go. So we're gonna flash an EEPROM real quick, and hopefully I don't kill it. Start flashing. So it looks like we might not have to take it out. And let's see what the XT-IDE Universal BIOS looks like after this. But I did want to make this disk just as an emergency case, in case we needed to recover the computer somehow. So here we go, we're flashing the EEPROM. And I think XTP is supposed to be PC Junior, if I remember correctly. And this computer is technically a PC Junior. And I gotta go check the messages for work, so yeah. We'll just let that go. Finish flashing real quick. Then we'll reboot and we'll see it boot. That's not good. So that didn't really go as planned, it looks. We're stuck at the 640K. So maybe I'll just power cycle the machine. We'll see what happens. If not, I got my boot disk here, and I'm sure I can probably rearrange stuff with it if needed be. And let's see if it hangs. Yeah, so it's hanging, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll this out here, put it on the TV and the Tandy, and we're gonna work on the Tandy with the cover off. So, power cable, video cable, just stuff them over there. Try not to bother anything. Take the monitor off. And now I'm going to turn off the Tandy real quick. Unplug mouse, unplugged keyboard. And now we're going to play with computers today. So, take that top cover off. Take these two screws off. Got that cover off the Tandy. Now, I'm going to take out this XT-IDE board. In order to do that, I need a flathead screwdriver. So, I'm going to go over here and grab a flathead screwdriver. Hopefully I didn't fry it. That's what I'm hoping I didn't do. So pull that out. Red stripe goes towards the bottom. And now we'll turn the Tandy on without the drive in it, just for a moment. I'm going to take a look at these on here. So right here's the back of a Revision 1 card. As we can see here, memory address, dip switches, range. So I'm going to try and maybe do something with this. Let's see here. And then I'm going to kind of look at this. Whoa. Card real quick. Make sure we don't fry it. So I'm looking at it, and dip switches 1 through 4. So it's 1 0 0 0. So 2 E C H. So I'm going to go look the jumpers up on this, and then we're going to figure out what's going on. Okay, so I've been looking at it on -0degrees.net. This one does cable select low-high selection. The very first one here enables and disables the BIOS ROM, so we're going to disable it and boot off that floppy disk. And then the second one disables or enables reading and writing to the ROM. Right now it's enabled. I don't think my dip switch settings for memory are bad though. So we're going to just pull that first jumper right here, and we're going to do that. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is an XT-IDE Revision 1 card from 2008, so this is what the early XT-IDE cards looked like. So yeah, that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to pull that first jumper out. Hope my cat doesn't bat it somewhere. I'm going to power off the Tandy. I'm going to plug this back in with the red stripe on the bottom. And then we're gonna boot off the diskette and reflash the card, because that's what has to happen here. So here we go. I'm gonna reflash that card. Plug that keyboard back in. Yeah, there we go. While we're at it, I might turn this speaker up. Right now we're just going to wait for it to boot. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to go back to version 1.15, possibly. That kind of stinks. XT-IDE revision 1. Okay, so right now we got it up. Now I'm at the DOS prompt, so we're gonna kind of slip that jumper back on per -0degrees.net. So the very first jumper on that long strip of pins, we're gonna put that on there so we can find it. And then we're gonna do XT. And now we're loading off a floppy. This is why we made this floppy disk. So I'm gonna load BIOS from file. And see if we can find it. And hope it doesn't mean something's corrupted. That'll stink. It's locking down now. Well, let's pull that jumper again. Looks like it's hung. Pull that IDE cable off. This is going to be crazy. Okay, now we're going to go in here. So let's go ahead and okay. configuration menu. So we're going to load a BIOS from the file. Okay, configure XT-IDE Universal BIOS. Okay, and then let's write to it. Flash the EEPROM. Okay, let's try xt.bin. And then we're going to try configuring it some more. Configure XT-IDE Universal BIOS. Boot settings. Two. There you go, let's flash the EEPROM. Let's see if this works. I'm just going to try this XT BIOS and see if that works on this machine. And if that works, it should pop up in the controller listing. But yeah, I'm running a newer version of the BIOS now, because it was probably time, and I might even do the speed mod if it increases speed. I'm going to try to improve upon this thing a little bit. Press any key to reboot. Let's see if this works. that looks good. And that looks good. Here we go. Oh, nice. We have the newer BIOS on the Revision 1 card. So now we're going to go ahead and turn off the Tandy. We're going to bring this over, and I'm going to kind of discuss the mods I've done to my Tandy 1000. So here inside my Tandy, I'm going to take this out of the rack too. So here inside the Tandy, to kind of discuss how I've done my hard drives and everything in here. With the original 360K floppies, we have my speaker here. If you look way back in here, maybe I can turn the light on. Here you go. If you look right down here somewhere, I'm looking for it. There it is. That little trim pot right there adjusts the volume of the internal speaker on the Tandy 1000. Over here is my 8087 slot, and there you can see the original. I'm trying really hard to give you a good view. Is the original 4.77 megahertz Intel 8088 microprocessor. And here we have the original Tandy memory expansion card with 384K and DMA. Realtek LAN controller, which is indeed connected to the internet in the back. And we have my XT-IDE controller here. And hiding back here is my hard drive, which is a 3 gigabyte Seagate. It's a Seagate Medalist 3210 3 gigabyte hard drive, and it's just neatly tucked away back here behind everything. So right now we're going to screw the XT-IDE back into the Tandy now that I have the new updated BIOS installed. And then we're going to make sure it's nice and secure. And then we put this in with the red stripe down. So right here, kind of punch it in. Might have to do this with this right here. So you'll probably watch me kind of put it in this way. We want to get it all the way perfect. And then we do one test boot without the hard drive. I'm not doing the speed mod on this just yet because I'm not comfortable with doing that. There we go. You see red stripe is on the bottom. Let's go put it back. Turn off the light. Put her back into her little thing here. Put Vision on the TV, and then power up the Tandy and see what we got this time. So now we're booting up. Memory size 640K. That looks good. So this controller I've been running with that old revision of the XT-IDE Universal BIOS for about the last 12, 14 years. However long I've had that card. So right now we've got it right here. Now it finds the drives. It's like master at 0H. So now it's going to detect the drives. Not found, not found. Strange. So it's not finding the drive now. That's weird. Well, we'll fiddle around some more, I guess. Is this... Yeah, 'cause if I recall correctly... If I'm not mistaken here... I'm not mistaken here, we're gonna test this out a few times and see if I can get it to actually go on. Here we go. I hear the hard drive spinning up, so I didn't hear that last time, so maybe that's the problem. I do know my splitter cables in this computer are a little bit wonky, so let's see if it boots up this time. See if we can figure it out. What's going on? Do auto. Do write cache. There you go. Let's flash the EEPROM. I'm going to double check my hardware real quick here and just make sure everything's working. So we're going to pull that controller back out and we're going to make sure that's actually doing what it's supposed to do and make sure that the pins are actually the way around they should be, because maybe that's part of the problem that I'm having here. I'm getting this darn thing to actually do what it's supposed to do. So that's pin 1, and pin 1's where the stripe is, so that's correct. all this is correct. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this. So that's like 3E0H, 2E0H. So I gotta note these. I think I might have figured out what the problem is. It might be just that my BIOS settings for the XT-IDE BIOS are incorrect, and that just boogers the whole thing. And then, what was this part? Second one, 0100. 0100. EC000. EDFFF. Okay, so now let's plop the card back in and see if we can find the drive now. We'll get it. We'll get it. It's just a lot of work getting this working. But this is something that probably needed to be done because this computer has been behind on updates for quite some time. All right. So I think that might be what's wrong, is I have some settings wrong in the card configuration. So here's what we're going to do. Go back in the setup program. Primary IDE controller, device type, XT-IDE revision 1. and let's flash the EEPROM. Okay. Okay, so I finally got it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the settings here on the BIOS. So we'll go to D:/CD/ XT-IDE. And we'll take a look at, it's much faster now, as you can see. So it's even increased it. So I'm going to load the BIOS from the EEPROM just to show you the settings I've got. So when we look under your primary IDE controller, I have changed none of these. Device type is XT-IDE revision 1, base block address 300H, control block address 303H. Now we're going to move back here, and then for boot settings, it's set to automatically go to the hard drive now. Auto configure, found 0 controllers. I have it in full. This is the key thing that I had to do. It's in full operating mode with kilobytes to steal from RAM 65. This is actually to reserve some RAM for the video card, which might be why my video card was going so slow. IDE controllers 1, power management is off. And then when I did the flash EEPROM, this is what I had, 2864. Mine has a 2864B EEPROM in it. SIP command enable, and I have the EEPROM address set to Z000H. And yeah, so we're going to just exit to DOS for now, and then we'll button her back up and we'll mess around with the Tandy some more. Now I'm just going to exit to DOS. We're going to reboot and start her in TV mode and see what it looks like. So yeah, I figured it out. It was just some configurations I had wrong, and now it auto detects the hard drive and it actually does it faster than it did before. So we're gonna take that floppy disk out. So you can see I can hit A. There we go. We got our hard drive going in here, and this is much more pleasant to deal with anyway. So let's start it for a clean boot, and then we will go over and see if it's improved. So you can see /U/Ultima 5 or /U/U/ Ultima slash. I always test it out with Ultima 5, so we're going to test it out and see how it does. And as you can see, the load times are quite a bit faster now. And it's taking a few moments to process it with the 8088 processor, but it's going to go much quicker now it's there. After that, I have to put my network adapter card back in. I'm probably going to stick some kind of LED down there at the bottom too, so we can actually see what it's doing. But overall, it seems to be working just fine now. At least it was. Well, we're going to try some more stuff, I guess, because it looks like it crashed.